Recently, Matt Walsh talked about the dangers of AI, and he had a lot of really good points. Let's take a look.
I am very worried about a future ruled by AI. It's going to erase millions of jobs. It will destroy creative fields. But once films and TV shows and books and music are all AI generated, human creativity is dead. And worst of all, there isn't anyone in a position of power who's taking these impending catastrophes seriously or trying to do anything about it. Instead, we're just kind of strolling casually into a future where the average human being doesn't have a job, doesn't have anything to do, doesn't know how to do anything, doesn't have any base of knowledge about anything at all. And to me, that is a horrifying nightmare future that we should try to avoid in some way. And I don't really understand why people aren't taking this a little bit more seriously. Now, I often hear that those of us who are warning about the dangers of AI are just fear-mongering. And, the supposed evidence of that is that all throughout history, people have always warned about the dangers of new technology. And this is no different, supposedly. So I hear this all the time. People say, oh, come on, people said that about TVs and smartphones. People said that would destroy society. And look, everything turned out okay. Well, there are two big problems with this line of logic. The first is that AI is just different in kind from any other sort of technology. Not everything is the same as everything else. There are things that are just different from other things. Sometimes something comes along and it's different. It's not the same. AI is different. It's different because it removes the human element completely. That's the whole point of it. That's what the supposed great advantage of AI is supposed to be. All new technology up until now has just been new ways for humans to interact with each other, communicate with each other, create things, and so on. But AI takes humans out of it, right? Because AI thinks, quote unquote, for itself. So this isn't even analogous to the industrial age when machines in factories started doing jobs that humans did before, because that meant that now humans had jobs working the machines, standing on the assembly line. And it was a more efficient way for humans to work. Whatever you think about that, whatever you think about humans ending up on the assembly line, humans were still working. Same for when cars took over for horse and buggies. Well, humans went from driving horse and buggy to driving a car, but humans were still driving. Now AI is coming along with self-driving cars and humans are taken out of it. It's not humans driving a fancy new contraption. Okay, it's not like, oh, we're all driving flying cars now. Like we all hope that would be the next step. We're all driving hovercraft. No, it's just like, it's still a car, but you're just not driving, which by the way, will wipe out millions of jobs, millions. And this will happen soon. I mean, again, it is already happening. In the next 5 years, rideshare, taxi, trucking, gone. And what then? What about all those people? What do we do? So this is different. Also, the other point here is that the warnings that were issued about a lot of these other technologies turned out to be correct. So it's always funny to me when people use this argument. Oh, you sound like all the people that were warning about TVs, but yeah, well, they were right though. What they warned about actually happened. You could go back and read what was written about these other technologies, and guess what? They were mostly right. It's like when someone criticizes modern pop music and then someone else goes, oh, please, people said that about Elvis. Well, yeah, I mean, the people who were critical of Elvis in the 50s were worried that it would lead to exactly the kind of insane, degenerate filth that we're surrounded by today. So go back in time to find an Elvis critic and show them a clip of a modern music video or pop performance, and they're going to go, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm worried about. So yeah, okay. Now, am I saying that all new technology is bad, that we should not have new tech? Of course I'm not saying that. I'm just pointing out that there are downsides to every new technology. The people who talk about these downsides are usually correct and ignored. And because they're ignored, nothing is ever done to prepare ourselves for the downside or to mitigate it in any way. And now we're looking at a new kind of technology with AI that, unlike cars, unlike the printing press, unlike computers, I think with AI, we're looking at something that is far more downside than upside because of harms humanity much more than it helps it. And not because I'm worried about some sci-fi scenario, Terminator, the AIs become sentient and enslave us. Who knows? That might happen. But that's not even it. That's not it. It's just a future where people have nothing to do and have nothing to expend any effort on or energy on. All of our experience as humans tells us that is a recipe for just misery.
So I agree with Matt Walsh on most of this, but I think he's oversimplifying what AI is. So he's basically trying to paint this picture that AI just means you just press a button and out comes a Spider-Man movie. I don't think AI is that simple. Not right now, at least. Maybe further down the line, maybe. But right now, AI still needs a lot of human input. Now, AI is still going to take a lot of jobs because now one person can do the job of 50 people, and people who work repetitive jobs, they're going to lose their jobs because of automation. I think writing jobs are in great danger. Copywriters have a lot to fear because I use AI for a lot of copywriting and it does an amazing job. AI in writing is just magical what it does. So AI is amazing, and Matt Walsh is right. AI is much different than any other technology that's come before it. Before this, we had what? Templates. Now we have AI writing actual essays and headlines and body copy, whatever you want. It can write a whole book, an original book that you can't really distinguish from a human being writing it versus a machine writing it. That's crazy. And a lot of people are just going to use that for their writing needs, and they're not going to hire a writer or a copywriter. Or maybe they'll hire one copywriter for the hard stuff and to look over the AI stuff to just kind of quality check, make sure it's not terrible, make sure AI is not hallucinating random things. So yes, AI is going to be very different, but I don't think it's going to be as simple as Matt Walsh is painting it out to be. And Matt Walsh is right that we need to be thinking about this more. I'm surprised that people are not kind of freaking out about this. I know a lot of people are talking about AI, but a lot of people are also not. And I totally agree with Matt Walsh about how people are too quick to brush this off as, oh, technology is always the same as what's come before it. People say this about TVs and iPhones and stuff like that. No, this is not the same. And smartphones kind of took over the world in a crazy way. I don't think anybody could have predicted how smartphones just became a part of our everyday lives. So you have smartphones, the internet, social media, all this stuff just totally changed the world, and not always for the better. I think social media has become super toxic and just basically terrible, especially for kids. And his analogy with the Elvis music thing, pretty much true. The people who saw the decline in morality in music and music videos, they were pretty much proven correct. Society right now has gone off the wall bonkers and is kind of demented right now. So yes, people criticize the purists for clutching their pearls, but they were right. So obviously, I don't know what the future holds for AI, but it's something that we all need to be thinking a lot about. Jobs will go away, but jobs will be created too, but probably not as much jobs as the ones that are going away. So if we lose, say, 1,000 jobs, maybe there'll be 200 AI jobs that'll pop up. So there will still be a lot of people jobless, which is scary. And don't get me started about AI and education, because I think that is a total bleep show. I don't know how kids are going to learn. AI is not compatible with how we're teaching kids right now. It's just not. When a kid can just press a button and ChatGPT spits out a very good essay, then you can't really evaluate kids based on that old stuff anymore. Schools need to change. And I don't know how that's going to look. Now, thankfully, I'm not in school right now, but I have a daughter, a young daughter, and they're going to have to figure that out pretty soon. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I relate to a lot of what Matt was saying because I am currently jobless and I don't really have much to do. So I'm making this video right now. The job market for art directors and designers, at least from my perspective, is pretty sparse. So hopefully it opens up soon. I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep tabs on AI, and I don't really have much else to do. So I'm going to keep learning about AI and experimenting with ChatGPT and Midjourney and stuff like that and see if that helps me in any way. If you want to learn more about AI as well, follow my channel. I'll be uploading things that I find useful so we can learn together.